Hi all, welcome to my channel again. So today we are going to discuss about how to use Git and GitHub. And in this session, I'm going to explain you all about how to install the Git, how to create a GitHub account, how to create and edit your files locally, and how to configure your Git account to your GitHub account, and how to create a repository, how everything I'm going to explain in this session. So please watch until the end. So I have mentioned everything in this blog. If you want to check out this blog, I will be keeping this link in the description box. You can check out from there. So let's start. Difference between the Git and GitHub. This question might get asked in the interview sometimes. So here is the answer. Git is a version control system that manages and keeps track of your code, whereas GitHub is a service that let you host your code, share and manage your code files, everything on the internet. So GitHub uses Git underneath and lets you manage your Git repositories or folders easily on its platform. Git is the actual control system and version control system, and the GitHub on the other hand is a service that lets you host your code. How to start using Git and GitHub? So I have mentioned step by step everything here. So I'm going to explain you all. If you have already installed Git in your system, then when you open command prompt and give Git version like this in the screenshot, then you will get the Git version in your command prompt. If you haven't installed, no problem. You can follow the below steps. So to install it on your system, I have mentioned all the steps here. So as you can see from above, this is the version which I have installed. So if you don't have installed it, then you can just simply click here and go to this page and download here. Click on here to download for Windows. So once it got successfully installed, after following the necessary installer guide until installation is complete, everything successfully done, then you go to the command prompt and execute the git version command to check whether it was successfully installed or not. Then it should return you the git version which you have installed. So that will be the step one. And the next step is to create a GitHub account. So this is the page to create a GitHub account. If you see here, sign in and sign up page will come. Click on sign up if you are creating newly. So this is the link to create a GitHub account. Since I have already created it and logged in, it will take me to my GitHub account. So see, this is my GitHub account. So while you are signing up into the GitHub account, it will ask you some personal details like username, password, email ID, everything. It will ask you. After giving everything, then your account should be set up, and that will be the step 2. And next is the step 3, connecting your GitHub account to your Git account. So you will do this from your terminal. So let me show you. Let me share my screen. So if you see here, I have already configured it. If you see here, git config hyphen hyphen global user dot name so this is my username. This you will get while creating your GitHub account. It will ask you to enter some username, unique username, so that you can use it for your GitHub account. I have created this username. I have created a GitHub account with this username, and I have also configured my email ID this using this command. So these commands you will execute using your own username and mail ID to connect your Git to GitHub account. So once after successfully configuring them, you can execute these commands to check whether your Git is connected to GitHub or not. So see, this should return you your username, and the next one, this should return you your email ID. Okay. So let me go back to the main blog. So after, so here I have mentioned everything with the screenshots. You can check out this blog if you are configuring this, and create and edit your code files locally. If you have Visual Studio in your system, then you can easily create and edit your code files locally. So this is the screenshot of that. If you have, you can use it. Create a repository on GitHub. I will show you this step 5. So let me go to my GitHub account. If after creating your GitHub account after logged in successfully, then if you click on here, here it will show you some options. Create a new repository. So it will take you to this page. Here give some repo name and the description. It is optional, but you can give if you want to. uh, it can be private or public your repository, and just click on the create repository, then it will take you to this page after successfully creating your repository. Here my report 2 got created in my GitHub account. This is the repository name. So you can, I have already mentioned everything here with the screenshots. You can check this screenshot for reference. Now after this step got completed, your repository now got created. Now push your local code to the GitHub. So if you have Visual Studio, then you can just, this is the shortcut to open your terminal in the Visual Studio and input the below one. So I have already given the commands to execute in the Visual Studio. In the Visual Studio, we will get to see the terminal also. After opening your terminal, just execute these commands. These are the simple commands which I am giving you to explore your hands-on experience on the Git. So echo, we are echoing this sample code to the readme.md. So what it will do, it will write this to the readme.md file. So after doing this, it will be in your local. So initialize your git and then add it to the staging area by using this command, then commit it, then it will return you some commit id. Then go to the branch and git remote add origin, add your remote repository to your local, then push the code changes, push the changes which are in your local to the remote repository. That will add the changes to your GitHub account. So note that we have git add readme.md in the repository on GitHub, but here we have git add dot. So what it will do, it will add our files, everything, all our code files instead of only readme.md file, which will be created by this command. So if you have created other files in your local folder, you need to use git add dot, so which will add all your code files to the staging area. So take note that this command will contain the link to your own repository, and it will have the name of your GitHub account and common git commands to know. So these are the basic commands which we should know. So I would suggest focusing on some of the most popular one first. So these are the regular ones which you will be using. So first is a git init to initialize your repository, and git add readme.md, which lets to add only readme.md file. So if you want to add all your files, then execute git add dot, then git commit and -m for the message which we will be committing our code with a message, and git branch will create a new branch, and -m to move to the name main. Git remote add origin, so this will connect the local folder to your repository on the GitHub. So is followed by the repository link. So you will be having the repository link here. So you need to add that using this command. So those are some of the main commands you will use all the time. This is the beginner and non-technical guide which will help you to get start using on the Git and GitHub. So won't go into too much more detail here. So the more you continue using GitHub, the more comfortable you will get. It will eventually get easier if you build small projects on the GitHub. Then if you find it hard, then practice is more. Practice everything more until you get that you are comfortable with it. So how to customize your GitHub profile? Customizing your GitHub profile, Redmi helps you stand out from random GitHub users. So redmi.md file will be helps you describe your GitHub profile, and you can use it to show what you are currently learning along with your skills and contributions. So the GitHub redmi.md file uses Markdown to format its content. So it's easy to learn. If you want to check out that, click on here for simple guide and customize your GitHub account. And that's all. Thanks for watching my video until the end. And if you want to check out this blog, I will be keeping this link in the description box. You can check out from there. Thanks for watching again.